Hello, everyone. How are we all? Hey, Buzz. Thank you very much. How are you? So, the creators of Power Wash, God bless them, gave a free update of Christmas or holiday themed levels. It makes me very happy because I flew through the Back to the Future ones quicker than I would have liked. I think I did it in 2 streams, which remember that I streamed for like an hour and a half a day. So I was like, so I went through them quite quickly. Thank you for everybody who joined me yesterday for my first time doing something a little bit different and doing a cross stitching stream. I ended up, oh my god, what happened? Oh no. I think this has just killed Christmas for me. What happened? I think I think everybody's dead. At least I have my Uber one. What happened here? I mean, this is gonna be fun. But look at that. Somebody got shot. Okay, let's just. It was Christmas Eve, a night we look forward to for one special reason. Hello, French Bob. Don't know why. Well, don't know why your name has to specify the fact that you're French. But we'll go for it, right? It's the night that our inventor, Ivor Nadi, pitches next year's star toy to Santa. Okay. This is not helping with my theory that everything's gone bad. However, this year Ivor was told to carry them through to Santa's office in a big box to stop any peeps. Again, not really helping with the theory. We knew they had to be really good. Again, still not really helping with the I think everybody's dead theory at the moment. Okay, that's just it. That's all we get for this. We don't get anything else. We just get. I'm presuming then that the toy has gone on to some sort of like explosion type thing, and that's what's caused the mess. I hope that's what it is. I hope everybody is in fact not dead. Oh, could you imagine having to explain that? Yeah, kids. About the fact that Santa's coming. He's not. He's a bit dead. I like all this. This is cute. Oh, and you know what? As well, again, I freaking love the developers for this because they gave this DLC for free. So of all the DLCs that they've had so far, about only 2 of them we've actually had to pay for, and that's been the latest, some of the latest 2. So the Final Fantasy VII one was free. The Tomb Raider one was free, and then you had to pay for the SpongeBob one, and what was the other one? SpongeBob and the Back to the Future one. That one, the one that's just been out. So I genuinely love the fact that the game isn't very expensive. There is a lot to do in here, and they give you quite a lot of like DLC updates for free. I think that's really cool of them. I love developers that do that because they do have the option to be like, hey, Markiplier played this game, and Sean, you know, we could 100% exploit the fact that some big name YouTubers have played it, and therefore either charge whatever we want, or do a continual amount of DLCs that they need to pay for. So I appreciate the fact that they don't. It's really sweet of them. How is everyone? How was everyone's weekend? Hopefully it went well. This looks so much better. We didn't really have a busy weekend. We all but finished all of our Christmas shopping. It's just one thing that I need to go on Moonpig for. I'll probably have a look at doing that tomorrow. And then today I ended up having to be a little bit naughty and having to, even though it's my non-working day, I ended up doing quite a bit of work. It's more just because if I don't get it done now, with the Christmas break coming up, I was like, I'm not going to get a chance to get it sorted because I'm on camp. Like I've got an away day from my team coming up. I was like, whenever I'm on campus, I don't really get a chance to get a lot done. So I was like, I know full well that I'm not going to get anything done at this rate. So it would probably just be easier if I was like, it'll probably just be easier if I just, you know, put up with it for the day. I just put up with it for the day and get some extra bits of work done. In the end, it is surprisingly going to help me. So I have to try and remember that. I'm doing it for me in the long run, so I'm not having to stress when I come back in January, when I'm all grumpy and tired and I don't really want to be back at work. I was like, I will thank me for having that work ethic and just being like, do it. Do the work. I don't want to do the work today. I don't want to do the work today. I will be grateful to me for it. Okay, that's just that. Coat. Hat. So I think that's all sorted. I wonder whether it's probably this, isn't it? Oh gosh, yeah, that's what it is. Oh wait, maybe it won't be. Oh no, it could be that bit, won't it? I can get away with not doing that bit around Santa's coat and then we'll take it. Yeah! Yes! Go lazy where you can. Oh god, I've done all of that and it's only 7% done! Oh no. Right. I do need to check whether Streamer I need to see if this is working. I'm hoping it is. But sorry, I tried to get a Pokemon yesterday and it didn't work. So I just want to make sure I'm consistently paranoid now. I need to get my extension on. I'm just being lazy. I have a horrible feeling my community game's playing again. And I don't know how to fix it. Apart from crying in the corner, which unfortunately I've learned the hard way, doesn't really fix anything. But yeah, so I've been a little bit naughty and done some extra work. I was like, I will appreciate it towards the end of the week because I've got done everything that I needed to get done, and at the end of it I'm going to be like, you know what, well done me. Well done me for doing all that little bit of extra work, because now it means everything's done, everything's sorted. Go. Tell me why. Ow. For my sake. I have nothing but a heart. Tell me why. There you go. Show my age now. I never wanna hear you say, why are you not clean instead? Oh, that's not genuinely not the lyrics for all you youngsters out there who have no idea what song I'm singing. And making me feel very, very old. I appreciate that, thanks. I saw a TikTok yesterday, day before, and it was all the songs that were turning 20 this year. Mr. Brightside was on there. I fucking love Mr. Brightside. Mr. Brightside, one of my favourite songs ever. It's like, no, I don't appreciate that tidbit. Thank you very much. Do not appreciate knowing that that is nearly 20. Well, that is 20 years old this year. What else was there? Oh, She Will Be Loved and Misery by Maroon 5. They're turning 20 this year. Definitely didn't appreciate that. Also just realised that kind of looks like a hand. I'm just going to get rid of that because that is something from a horror movie. And the saddest thing is that a lot of the kids nowadays will only know of Misery through the Reese's Puff song. And that makes me really sad. Oh, that's clever. They've got the little world clocks, yeah. You know what time it is in each. Reese's Puff, eat 'em up, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. There is a song behind that. A genuine song. But yeah, so there's the Maroon 5, She Will Be Loved, and Misery. They're both turning 20 this year. Let's Get It Started by Black Eyed Peas. That's turning 20 this year. So there was all these songs, and I was like, but no, though. How are they turning 20? I love Maroon 5, to be fair. I haven't heard a lot of them since then, actually. Did they split up? I never keep up with anything. So I probably should. I'm like, this is my favourite song. I love this band. This is really, really cool. I didn't even know they split up. Just, I don't have time to follow any of that. To me, they make songs or they don't make songs. That's it. I can't even blame Isaac because, as I said, these songs are turning 20 years old, so, you know, Isaac is not that age. So I can't even be like, oh yes, well, I've been too busy with my child. I've been too busy doing literally anything other than keeping up with the entertainment world. That song is so stupid. We're on a lake bed. That's a really interesting creative choice. What's making the most like really loud snoring sound? Okay. Should I be concerned? Yeah, I should probably be concerned. I think he's still breathing. He's not doing anything. Oh, he's breathing. There we go. That makes more sense. Yeah, as soon as he starts dreaming about something, his breathing gets ridiculously heavy, and then you just see the little Phoebe twitches. So you may hear the little whimpers of a dreaming puppy in a minute. When the Phoebes go, the little... I think he's dreaming about chasing something. The audacity. That's what the word's chasing. Well, now I don't know if he's sleeping quite calm. Worth it. The song's awesome. In what is essentially a free DLC. I appreciate it. This is awesome. Thank you for my Christmas present. I love it. Why is that stuck in my head? Oh yeah, because I love it, isn't it? Oh, this is a pain. This is a pain. I should probably take off. Oh, everyone was hard at work. French Bob is telling me a freaking horror story at this point. I'm like, you cannot convince me otherwise. Wait, what am I walking up? Oh, there's a little... Bangs was testing the durability of their rocket ships on the ceiling, of course they were, whilst Mollick was fine-tuning the high notes of their xylophone. Again, across the way, Hi-Fi Top Fade had made some planes with precision engineering, whilst Pompadour had made some dolls, probably more needlework. You need to tell me the rest of the story, my dude. Don't be sequel baiting me now. Just tell me, is everyone dead? Because... Oh no, what happens if they killed Santa? I get the feeling that nobody survived this. And I've just been kind of brought in to clean up the aftermath. Because it's too painful for the surviving ones to do it themselves. You know when you just get the feeling like, yeah, I'm cleaning up something I shouldn't be cleaning up. My dad had to do that. My dad is was, because obviously the pits have gone now. My dad was a coal miner, and yeah, he had to deal with the aftermath of a cave-in. Yeah. He doesn't really talk about it a lot, but he was like, it messed him up because somebody got nobody died in that one, but somebody got really hurt, and my dad had to go clean up after that. and not long after is when he left. Left mining. Just about the same time as the mines were being shot, but he left it. They didn't get rid of him. She didn't. My dad left of his own accord. He was like, he just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it anymore after that. So, yeah, 100%. Very lovely and bright and colourful now. Where is everybody? Is everybody okay? Are we not getting Christmas because Igor freaking traumatized Santa? Could you imagine being the elf that traumatized Santa so much that he just didn't want to do Christmas anymore? Yes, I am the reason Santa went into early retirement. Yes, I do still have that song still. Oh my god, every single one of the lights is individual. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. That's a terrible decision. Who made that decision? I think literally this entire stream is gonna end up just being this, isn't it? It's just gonna be the workshop. I didn't really have that problem. I don't think they've added anything to the shop. Because that's my biggest thing now, is the fact that I've done this game too much now. God order. Yay! Yay! Nothing. That it didn't cost anything though. And that cost nothing. No. 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 Alright, let's get okay, that is pretty cool. Okay, I will admit that was pretty awesome. I know it didn't cost me anything, and I was actually hoping to knock down some of the money that I own on this. But you know what? That's fine. It shows you how much I love this game. And how much I will continue to play this as well. Some of the spotters look like handprints. And I don't like the fact that the word nice was written there. Naughty or nice, naughty or nice. What I want to do. Because I have to pray you. Sorry, I've been watching an awful lot of Tom Hardy recently. I freaking love Tom Hardy. If you haven't seen any of his videos, I don't know, I've talked about him before. I highly recommend it. He is so funny. And one of them, as it is the festival season, well, the holiday season, I should say, he does he does a specific one for Santa, where he's just an absolute asshat. And one of the lines on it that makes me howl every single time I hear it is when he's talking about like what he's classifying as being naughty or nice with the list, and because of like union rights and stuff, he's having to take liberties with the naughty and nice list. So he's putting all the children down as being naughty for like the most mundane of things, because then he doesn't have to deliver anything. And one of the lines that has me howling every single time he says it is, I think it's Little Timmy. Little Timmy farts in his face and farts in his hands and puts it over his brother's face. Pretty fucking funny, but also very naughty. And that has me in hysterics every single time. I don't know what it is, but it's just pretty fucking funny, but also very naughty. It's like Santa appreciates a joke, but yeah, you can't claim that's good. We've been listening to the one, Hey I Don't Work Here, because Hey I Don't Work Here is fucking amazing. And it's also an anthem for anybody who has been mistaken for working in any sort of like customer service role when they don't. I've not had it happen too often. I have had it happen once, and I was like, what part of any of me right now makes you think that I clearly work here? Like, at what point? Yeah, they end up at NASA. They end up at NASA. This is a nice red. Did you see how I'm saying House Upper, looking at you predominantly on this little rant about maximising the appearance of space in smaller areas, and how darker colours like this only really work because it's a humongous freaking space. The only reason that this works with this darker red is because it's a humongous freaking space. This space is very similar to some of the things that I've seen you trying to shove the most darkest of reds into. It would not work. So I love you, House Upper. You gotta understand this. I will be getting House Ripper 2 for Christmas. Purchase it with Christmas mums. Some of it's going on. We're going on holiday in May, so some of it is going to go towards paying that off. In fact, most of it's going to go off paying that off. But I think it's only like 16 quid. House of the Two. I'm sure I can spare that. Love it! Hey! We're attempting to find out whether Santa and his elves are dead in this one, because there was 100% an elf. There was an elf outline on the staff door, so I'm trying to figure out whether they're dead. Oh, yeah, they are. Like, that was full on, like, chalk outline horror movie, Hiroshima style outline. 100% that's what that was. They are gone. And the way this guy is talking about it, the Fat Bob, I mean, that's just the worst and most hilarious name I've ever heard anyway, is Fat Bob is talking like everybody did. So, oh, here we go. Oh, French Bob, not Fat Bob. Oh, that's even worse. French Bob, high top fade suspected a fault on one of their planes and was about to give it a test flight when Eyeball came skipping into the workshop carrying their box of secrets. I'm sorry, French Bob. Distracted, high top fade launched their plane across the room where, in a 1 in a million shot, it wedged itself deep into the mechanisms of the present wrapping machine. French Bob is not talking like people survived this. I want to know where the ice cream came from. Yeah, I want to know where, like, a lot of this came from. Yeah, because that, fair enough. Yeah, do you know what? I'm starting to see that as ice cream now. Like, damn. I've been at this now for half an hour and I'm only 40% of the way done. So this is gonna be an extensive one, and I freaking appreciate them. I was saying this before. I really appreciate them for giving everyone this for free. Like, that's really cool. Also, I brought the what's it called? The skins, which, you know, the whole expensiveness of free. I couldn't not, really, could I? You know, at the absolute extortionate price of free, I kind of had to, didn't I? Oh, bugger. But it's a Christmas-themed skin. I've done it. I've already done it. You have a method. What is your method? Tell me the method in your madness, my dear. Turn all Christmas off. Apparently I'm playing a power washing thing where Santa's dead anyway. Power wash killed off Santa. Wall ceiling now working on the floor. Touche. Good strats. See, I have every intention of doing it in, like, a methodical manner, and then I just forget. And then I just kind of go, ooh, that's dirty. Ooh, that's dirty. Ooh, that's dirty. Ooh, that's dirty. And then, yeah, it kind of goes on and on and on. So, yeah. Even for things like this. I don't mean to. I just get very distracted. As Bluey would say, it's a very valuable line lesson. Don't come to me if you're expecting any sort of, like, that's where my brain is at, so I had to stop. Ah, fair enough. Fair enough. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, and if I did, you could go and tell me. Shut up. Sorry. Told you, I've got it stuck in my head. Yeah, I suppose it doesn't help for me either. I ended up working for a bit of today. But, as I said, future me will thank me when I don't have to, when I've got a lot. It's a nice, easy thing to work. When I come back to work, I will thank me. I will go back in time and be like, hey, me. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. I appreciate it, because you know what? You were right. Past me was 100% correct. I think even by the end of the week, because like most people, most of my lecturers, etc., should in theory be gone this week, because it's the end of term. So with it being the end of term, a lot of my lecturers start taking their they start taking their Christmas breaks, so I think it should be a lot quieter this week. So it kind of gives me time to catch up with all the other stuff that I've been putting off, and I can just have a week of just being like, you made a naughty, nice. What was that? God's sake, stupid thing. Also, I think the naughty, nice list is the dev's pets. What? Okay, I need to find that. I saw where it said nice, and that was the I haven't actually found a naughty nice list. I saw that there was like a naughty. There must be on the tables. To be fair, I'll look at the tables in a minute. Yeah, I saw the nice side, and that was underneath the world map. Well, that was just written on there. It's on the list to the arch where the elves die. Okay, so this one, the employees are things here. One day till Christmas. Yeah, nice was written on there. Oh, okay. 1 second. I'm gonna have to up my graphics for a sec. So this may kill the frame rate. I'll try and not move too much. Who have we got? Rosie, Mika, Finch, Pajamas. Oh my god, that is an amazing name. Roman, I think that's Milas. I can't tell what that is. Grumble? Is that Grumble? Hang on. Like, can I make that any clearer? Okay, yeah, that's better. Okay, Rosie, Nika. Oh, Nika, not Mika. Atlas. Oh, somebody is a fan of Bioshock. Oh, Atlas is actually a really cool name though for an animal. Atlas, Roman, Lucy. That is. Oh, Crumble. Crumble, that makes sense. Bitey. Oh my god, Bitey is an awesome one. So this is the naughty one. Louis Mosaic. Oh, that's quite a nice one. Buffy, of course. Shadow, Lump, Holly, Coco, Krampus. Krampus, Tallulah, Casper, Marmalade. Oh, Marmalade's over here, look. Marmalade was demoted. Albie's been demoted as well. And then who's the other one? Is that... Oh, Callie. Callie's down there. Could you imagine being on the nice list and then being demoted? Campus, Tallulah, Casper, Marmalade, Bean, Albie, Cosmo, Callie, Rockets, Coffee Bean, Grinch, Yuki, Fortune, Bella, Baxter, May, Rory, Cleo, Noodle. Oh, Noodle's a nice one. Noodle, Myla, Ginger, Tifa. There are some massive gaming nerds. If this genuinely is their pets, we've got a couple of nerds on there. Does that say Fungi? Binky, Trinity, Ruby, Crystal, Alfie, Genie? I was in like Nagini. Please tell me that's a snake. Winnie, Bell, Boniface. Ike, Cloud. Oh, of course. If you've got a Tifa you've got to have a Cloud. Lynx, nice. Theo, Houston, Mabel, Bobby, Smudge, Evie, Gizmo, Bang Bang. Freaking Bang Bang. Neo and Honey. I think that is Junji. Yeah. Dare I ask what Junji's about? Okay, I'm keeping an eye on my frame rate just in case it crashes because I haven't dropped these settings back down. I mean, the most adventurous name that we had was, well, actually, technically, if Rufus was to ever go into show, which he won't do because he's had his boy bits removed. Yeah, unfortunately, Ruru had the boy bits removed, so he's not allowed to be shown, which is fine. It's whatever. I would rather him not be shown than end up with lots of puppies. Junji Ito is a horror writer. Ah, I'll have to look that up because that's friggin' awesome. Yeah, so Rufus's show name would be Rufus Shinra Deutschlandmeier. And obviously because what it was is we wanted a nerdy name, so he was originally going to be called Zell, but my mum was like, no, you will not call him anything nerdy, but she did suggest Rufus, and we were like, okay, we'll take Rufus. And she was like, ha ha ha, I've got them to not have a nerdy name. And we didn't tell her for a very, very long time that Rufus was Rufus Shinra was a character from Final Fantasy VII. So yeah, so as far as she is, so for a while she was adamant that she had managed to persuade us not to get Rufus a nerdy name, and we lived under the absolute knowledge that we had. So that's where Rufus Shinra comes from. The Deutschland is actually from PewDiePie. Do you know whenever he used to tell Edgar off and he used to go Deutschland? We kind of accidentally ended up picking that up a little bit at times with Rufus. So anytime we would shout at him, we would go Deutschland. Um, just as a joke, he obviously nothing ever really came from it. It was just a funny little thing that we did. So yeah, we ended up saying, see, weirdly enough, Felix is how I got on to everybody else. And the reason it started was because of a game called Corpse Party. This is how really weird this is. So I watched somebody do a little bit of a walkthrough from Corpse Party because, as I've said before, I don't really like playing horror games, but I can happily sit and watch somebody play it. So I'd heard all about it, and I was like, I'd heard about the manga, I'd seen clips from it, and they were like, and it's a game. So I was like, well, I'm obviously never going to buy the game, so I might as well watch somebody play it. Not days since last eggnog incident. Freaking love that. So yeah, I was like, and I started watching somebody play it, but they never finished it. And I have a feeling that that may have been Cryotic, looking back on it now. So how much more back on? He signed an email for Tit. Oh, that's so cute. Okay. I love the part that he used to. But yeah, so that's kind of how I got on to Felix. Was I watched him play the entirety of Corpse Party, and I was like, ah, okay, that's how the game ended. And then I just carried on watching because he did some other things and thought it was quite funny. And then, yeah, from there, I got onto Jack because I heard him in one of their collaborative games. I was like, oh, there's an Irish guy in there. And I actually thought he was a lot older than he was. I thought that Sean was a lot older than Felix. And it took me ages before I remembered to actually go on and see who he was playing with. And then I got on to Sean. Likewise, on one of Sean's, Mark was on there. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I watched that and then got on to Mark. And then from Mark, I got on to Bob. And then from Bob, I got on to Wade and Ryan. So that is literally the entirety of my YouTuber history. That's literally how I went on, so yeah. But because of Deutschland, we used to shout Deutschland at Rufus, and yeah, that's why Rufus has the nickname Deutschland. And also as well, so Millie's, so the golden retriever who passed away in March, her nickname was worse because her nickname was based on her parents. So her full show name, because again we couldn't show her because we had her done, but her full extended pedigree name, because she is a pedigree. We can't get Rufus registered as a pedigree because he's a mongrel. Sorry, baby, I love you, but you are. He's a first generation crossbreed, so he's never going to be down as a pureblood. Which I'm okay with, because you know what? I would rather my dog not have a whole bunch of medical issues and interbreeding. But Millie, when we got her, she came with a Crufts show certificate, so we could show her if we wanted to. And her name was Millicent. Her proper Starbrook Godson. That was her full name. Mudblood. Yeah, he's my Mudblood baby. And honestly, I could not be happier. Because Millicent, had so many things wrong with her. Like, she was a great dog, she was a lovely dog, but she had both of her hips replaced by the time she was a year and a half. And she additionally had, which then developed into arthritis by the time she was 3. And yeah, she was not a healthy dog. She was not a healthy dog at all. So yeah, so Millie came, and then it was only when we looked into, because we took her into the vet, because we noticed she had this like really cute and adorable little bunny hop. Oh, here we go. The present wrapping machine immediately seized up. Oh yeah, the thing landed in it, didn't it? Yay, inbreeding. Absolutely. Yay, inbreeding. I'll get to the inbreeding in a minute. Bellowing with soot, it sent coal pallets flying in all directions. Again, doesn't really cover everything that's going on here. All of us immediately realise we need to do something. Like, get out. I don't know how out of here. Who did you lose? The only problem was that no one knew what the thing was. You think you figured it out? Except eyeball. Okay, get eyeball. What, an eyeball's dead? Like, come on. What's going on here? But yeah, so when we went to the vet will literally just took one look at her and was like, you're here about a hip dysplasia, aren't you? And we were like, I'm sorry, what? And he was like, oh, sorry, you didn't know. Okay, well, I don't know for definite. He did. He was 100% right. He was like, I don't know for definite, but I have been your family vet for at least 25 years. So I kind of have a little bit of experience on this. He says, but she has hip dysplasia. It was like, based on the way she's walking, the bunny hop is what they do because it's too painful for them to walk properly. So what they do is they literally, they like kangaroo hop. They keep their back legs together and then they just jump and jump and jump and jump. So we were like, oh, that's a really little cute and unique thing that she does. And it turned out, yeah, it's because she was in agony. And she'd done this from when she was a puppy. And we looked into it. And yeah, I found on her birth, we found, because like I said, she got like a proper freaking certificate of like her entire lineage and stuff. Her grandfather on her mum's side was the same dog as the great grandfather on her dad's side. And I was like, obviously we can't confirm that that's inbreeding because they could have just called the dogs the exact same name, but... And we phoned them up, and her thing was to go, well, we've got another one. She never like fully said. She just got really upset and really kind of defensive over the phone with us. Because I emailed her, my mum, because I emailed her because I was like, do you know what, we need to let the other puppies owners know. And weirdly enough, looking back on it now, there was another puppy from the same litter who was kept in a cage because apparently he wasn't very well, so he was being isolated from his siblings. And when we phoned her up to say, you know, this is what's gone off, not sus at all, exactly, she said one of the puppies had to be put down due to ill health, and one of the others had also been diagnosed as having really severe hip dysplasia. And we were like, okay. And she was like, this has never happened to me before. Never happened to me before. First time for everything, etc. And then that's when she said, she was like, but what you can do if you want is you can return Millie and we'll give you first dibs on a litter that one of her other dogs had just had. Yeah. And we were like, we'd had this dog for 10 months. And we were like, so I'm just gonna return a part of my family for like 10 months because she's got something wrong with her. Something that you have done wrong to her. Like, this isn't anything else. Like, you've inbred her. And we're having to deal with the consequences of that. And then that was basically it. As far as she was concerned, she provided us with a suitable alternative for our defective product. Which I hate thinking of her like that, but in essence that is how the law and everything sees pets. She's just fucking awful. And then yeah, we were just left to deal with her. So, £8,000 later and 2 new hips, we had a fixed golden retriever. She literally just said it's still, yeah, literally. She was just like, sorry, there's nothing we can do to fix this one. But yeah, it's still in warranty, so we can replace like for like. And then my mum, bless her, got all upset because she thought that this breeder was going to take the dog, or was going to take Millie away from us. We were like, no, she's not doing that. She just thinks that's a suitable alternative for like. And she just went, oh, we're not breeding from her again. And we were like, I should freaking hope not. Because potentially you could do this literally so many times, and then we wondered whether the one that got put down was either the one that was in the cage when we went round to see them, or whether it was a different one, and the one that had to be put down was the one that was inside the cage when we went to go see them. Yeah, it was just freaking awful. Like, the entire thing was just so freaking awkward. It was awful. I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I was like, who looks at an animal and just goes and treats it like a freaking product? And I think that's the problem, is because we went to, like, she said that, well, and to be fair, I can kind of see that. I could definitely see the difference between Millie and Goldie. So Goldie was our previous golden retriever. I hasten to add, she came with the name and we never changed it because we didn't think it was fair to her. But yeah, that was not our choice. Who also was diagnosed with having arthritis from the age of 3. You know, lovely healthy dogs are Goldens, and that's kind of why we were like, we wouldn't have another one. I was like, because I love Golden so much. I do. I love them with my entire fucking heart and soul because they are lovable fucking idiots. But I don't have the money for when they inevitably have all their health problems. I just don't. But yeah, she was a douche. She was a douche. We didn't have much to do with her after that. We were just like, look, we're just doing the decent thing and telling you that, you know, this has happened. I mean, in theory, we could have done the whole thing of like, well, according to you, the dog's still in warranty, therefore you can pay. Because we knew what would happen. We knew exactly what would happen if we took Millie back. We were like, Millie would not have died at the age of 11 and a half if we'd taken her back. Absolutely no way would she have made it. They would have taken her back. They would have waited until we'd gone with a new puppy. They would have taken her to the vets and they'd have had her put down. If she was lucky enough to be put down at a vet. Which is not something I like thinking about. Because it makes me angry. And I'm supposed to be doing a nice relaxing thing. Because Mondays are supposed to be my relaxing streams. Not when I remember the time that somebody compared my fucking dog to a product. And I've already got to be at work, and I've already got to minute meetings and stuff, but I really, really don't want to minute on Thursday. So yeah, let's not make my life any more stressful by reminding myself of douchey people who do douchey things. But yeah, this is one of the reasons I was like, I would love another Golden. The only problem with Goldens is their fur gets absolutely freaking everywhere because they molt and be chronic. I was like, but apart from that, like, they're incredibly kind-hearted, they've got really soft mouths, so you don't really have to worry about them so much. They make great family pets. They're stupid, so you can have the right laugh with them. Most of the time, minus Millie because of the issues that she had, you don't really have a lot of like behavioural or aggression issues. We did with Millie with other dogs because there was a dog on the street who either recognised that there was something wrong with her and therefore she was weaker, but he basically just decided that he absolutely hated her, and every time he saw her he attacked her. And that's kind of where her fear of other dogs came in, and we were never 100% able to break her out of that. Unfortunately, and regretfully, we were never quite able to get her completely out of it. But yeah, apart from that, you don't normally have behaviour issues with them. I've been doing this room for more than an hour now. Oh yeah. And I'm only 73% done. How big is this bloody map today? Oh yeah. With all the elves in Santa, with all them just died. I told you I've got misery stuck in my head. But yeah, we basically we knew. We were like, if we take her back, she ain't making it. And it's not even like she can look after herself to be like, it's chill, like I can just go here, or you know, I can run away, and she'd just be gone. And we couldn't do that. We couldn't do it. She ended up being a really, really sweet dog. And we were very, very, very sad when we lost her. But yeah, my parents as well have finally, and rather regretfully, accepted that Millie was their last dog. Because they're getting a bit too old now. They're getting a bit too old to be dealing with puppies, and it gets a lot. My mum's never particularly liked cats either. She likes Bennett though, but Bennett's a special case, bless him, I think. Bennett is an oddball, bless him. He's cute though. I love the fact that sometimes he keeps trying to get Rufus to play with him. So what he'll do is he will kind of like, you wait till Rufus is asleep, which is not the best time to try and get an animal to play with you. It's like, hey, this person's asleep. Looks like it's playtime. But yeah, so he'll wait till Rufus is asleep, and then he will like flop himself onto his belly next to him, or onto his back, sorry, with his belly up next to him, and wait until he starts sniffing him, and then he'll start whooping him. Really cute. Still don't think sometimes Rufus knows how to deal with it though. Because sometimes it's just a bit like, it's doing things again. What's it doing? I'm like, honestly, baby, I don't know. So I guess, as well, now that I'm thinking about it, is this the biggest map in the entire game? Because I have a feeling it might be. Because like I said, this has been over an hour. Well, yeah, this has been over an hour now. To take off 2 minutes to do the introduction, this is coming up to an hour and 10 minutes. And I am still... And I'm what? Not even 4/5 of the way through. I get the feeling that this is definitely the biggest map. Or if it's not, it's definitely one of the biggest. I want to get it done. I really don't think I'm going to be able to though. I think this is going to have to be a two-parter. Which is fine, because I've already said that this is going to be, like, this week is going to be a lot more relaxing and chilled game stuff. Because come on. Come on. Come on. You've got me on the ledge. God damn it. I thought I had that then. Right, okay, fine. I'll do the thing that I'm supposed to do and use the frickin' step ladders, okay? Even though I don't want to. I have to go to parkour. Parkour. So, like I said, I have purchased, as part of my Christmas presents, Stardew Valley. I've heard a lot of people talking about it. And it's been on my recommendations for like ages. And I keep thinking about it, and then I keep not doing it. And I don't really know why, but I just kept not doing it. So I have decided to bite the bullet and buy it. I brought it on the Switch. So hopefully that's not gonna mess things up too much. But yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to giving it a go. Seeing what Stardew Valley is about. At this point, I think I'm going to be lucky. There we go. Ivor threw open his box and started dishing out his new invention to everyone. So what, he's not realised what's going on? They were incredible, like bags with handles that connected to a 1D thing that you hold in your hand. You're going to actually explain to me what the hell happened. A bit like your washer thing, actually. Okay. Only when you press the button it didn't squirt water, but it squirted ice cream. Okay. So basically he created a Nerf gun, but with ice cream. Description, Fat Bob. Within seconds, we put out the fire. I love the fact that now poor French Bob is forever now known as Fat Bob. I'm sorry. Probably should have stopped there, but they were just too fun. Okay, so everybody is in fact still alive. They're just covered in ice cream. Okay, well at least everybody's alive. I think I'll take the win at this point. So that's where it came from. I think that one elf is either dead or he is severely traumatized. Yeah, that one that was sprayed up against the frickin' door, he has seen some things and some stuff, none of which he recommends. He is gonna be claiming some serious workers' comp. Yeah, exactly. There is He can barely remember trees if that elf is still alive. That is how much they messed him up. I think time to go. Well, if it's the Tom Hardy version, no. Actually, looking back on it now, I think the Tom Hardy version of Santa would 100% fit this. I don't even know the version. Have you seen the Tom Hardy Naughty or Nice? Have you seen it? 'Cause if not, I'm about to set you some homework. No, right. Look it up. It's not a very it's not a very long song. He's Australian. But look up that song and then come back and tell me if you think that that would be this Santa. I don't need more homework. It's 2 minutes. It's literally 2 minutes. Do it now. Ow. Because I feel like you would appreciate that, his depiction of Santa. Also, it's definitely our kind of humour. Boy, and I get what I want, baby. I think that's probably about it. Oh, but it's better.
Hello!
Hello! Mrs. Doubtfire! So I'm presuming that's Solid Girl. It is! How are you, my dear? We're just discussing the death of, at least, or the severe maimment of one elf. I'm here, no worries. I've set Lovage some homework as well, which she better be doing. So the developers, nice. Hopefully you got some nice toasty things. I'm good. The developers gave a free, if you haven't loaded it up in a few days, have done their usual really nice thing where they've given us a free level to do, and it's freaking huge. Like this map is huge. So I've been doing this for 1 hour and 20 minutes now, and I am, how far am I? I am 87% done. So yes, they decided to be very nice this Christmas. Yeah, so you might have an update to do. But no, I ended up having to be very naughty and having to not have my actual day off today. I had to go to work I had to do some work for a few hours. Luckily enough, I was working from home. The downside is that I had to try and work with Isaac in the room, which, as anybody who is anybody that has desperately tried to get any work done with a child around will tell you, that's really difficult to do. It is really, really difficult to do. But, as I've said, later on me will thank me. I don't thank me now, but I will eventually. And the thing is, I was doing minutes as well. which is even harder to do at the best of times. He was really good, and he did kind of pick up the fact that I was in the middle of doing something, so he, you know, he only kind of came to me when he really actually needed something. Like, and most of the time he was more than happy to kind of entertain himself for a bit. So that was really, really good, I think. And then bless him, a couple of times, if I'd done whatever I'd needed to do, he would come and grab my headphones, because I had my headphones in, listening to the meeting. He'd be like, mummy, headphones, here you go, in your ears, mummy. So that was really, really sweet. Trying it with a cat is difficult, let alone a small human who doesn't know what trees are. Exactly. I came home today and I was like, I need to do something, and got inside and was like, I already did everything else. Nice. Oh yeah, definitely. And then that's made even worse when you consider the fact that I also have a cat who just kept walking across the keyboard and just didn't care. As cats are wont to do. Cats just don't... They just don't care. I long to be that level of... just... don't care. Like, that is an aspiration. To have that little amount of care is just freaking aspirational. But yes, so I ended up working. However, I know full well I will thank myself later on in the week when I know that I've done everything that I can do and everything I need to do before I go off for an entire week. And I can be like, right, everybody else is closed for Christmas. There is nothing else I can do. I've done everything I can, and that was it. Like, if you want to criticize me, go ahead. But just know that I don't. I do. I care too much. Yeah, it is. It is. It's exactly one. Is it exactly 1 week Christmas today? I think it is, isn't it? So yeah, it's like, do you know what? And like I said, a lot of the lecturers will be done, so they'll just go home. Like they'll just go home and just not be here for the entire week, which, like I said, gives me the time to catch up on everything else that I. Thank you, Twitch! Piggybacking off Sorry Girls Kindness. Thank you so much for the booties! That's really kind of you. You little sweetheart, you. What can I say except you're welcome underneath that boat? It's been one of them days. But yeah, for anybody who wants to know, I don't recommend trying to work with a kid in the house, because yeah, as much as we love them, they have no freaking clue. And I like that. I kind of, it helps me realise that there's more to life than work, because, you know, it's like, yeah, my kid doesn't care. My kid could literally not give a rat's ass about any of this. Sometimes it is a very harsh and stressful lesson, but it is a needed one nonetheless. Oh my god, is this literally just because of behind this bloody thing? Thank you! Because that grotto wall was about to stress me out. this is another one that's going to stress me out. Because this thank you. I still don't know whether it's fixed, to be honest. I get the feeling it's still playing sillies. Because I tried to catch a Pokemon earlier and it wouldn't let me. So either... yeah... I was going to say, either it's a case of it's being really, really harsh and it's not letting anyone catch anything, or it's Brock again. And judging from that, I think it's probably broke again. But I don't know what to do because I've actually deactivated the extension. So yeah. I've got one more Christmas night out, which is on Wednesday, and then I'm done with Christmas nights out. And it's probably not going to be as expensive as the weekend one, to be fair. The weekend one was an awful lot of fun. So I think that one's going to be it. That's going to be my big one for this year. Because the management one, which is like all the heads of department and stuff, you can't really go out properly when you're going out with all your heads of department. It's like it's just not possible, is it, realistically? So and then the one I went out on Friday will be probably my main one, because a lot of the people that went there are pretty cool. But I have a feeling that for the one that's going out on Wednesday, there's a lot of clickiness, and there's an awful lot of like awkwardness at the moment because there's been like a whole mess of stuff that's happened. It's just made things just a little bit awkward, which isn't great. So yeah, are you 30 or 13? Me or yeah, it's a difficult one. It's a case of like office politics, and somebody was made management and they have gone completely like not insane with it. Insane is the wrong word, but they've gone very power hungry. So they are doing their absolute all to make a couple of their line managers' lives just really, really difficult. And the line managers that they're doing it to are the most hard-working people I've ever known. And they're monitoring how long we're away from their computer for, or they're monitoring how long they go for a break, like a bathroom break, or I was thinking St. Fitzpatrick. Yeah, fair enough. I didn't want to. Yeah, it is kind of. It is. And it's because it's kind of like how have you got the time? Like, I am completely rushed off my feet 24/7. Like, how do you actually have the time to sit and watch when everybody takes a bathroom break, or whenever anybody steps away from their desk for 5 minutes? I was like, how do you have like that level of time? I was like, because I don't. I want that level of time. and I will probably still just find more productive things to be doing with it, but you know, whatever. And it's just, yeah, that's the thing, is that the weird thing about it is they tried it with my team, because it's not my team that it affects. It's an opposing team, but we're all kind of grouped together because we're all admin. We're all kind of like chucked in together. So they tried it with us once, where they sat us all down and they were like, we don't actually pay you for not bathroom breaks, sorry. We don't pay you for coffee breaks, so you need to be mindful about taking coffee breaks. And they received such a humongous backlash from all of us that they just promptly forgot. They just promptly didn't do anything about it. And they never brought it up again, because I basically just turned around and was like, well, hang on a minute. In this breath, you're saying you don't actually pay us for coffee breaks. Be aware of how long you're taking on coffee breaks. I was like, have I had any sort of report from my heads of department that say that the quality of my work has dimmed in any way, shape or form? And I was like, if I have, and the only thing that I can attribute it to is the fact that I am taking a large amount of coffee breaks, then do you know what? Fair play. I will hang my head in shame. I will put my hands up and I will say, okay, do you know what? That's a fair point. I didn't think my coffee breaks were affecting my work, but evidently my heads of department are not happy with what I'm doing. Therefore, fine, I will stop taking as many coffee breaks. And I literally flat out told them, until that happens, I am going to continue taking the coffee breaks that I'm currently taking. And I was like, and nothing kind of came back from that. And I was like, because you already know that I am already, like, every day I am doing above and beyond. I'm going for a coffee break if I want a goddamn coffee. Like, sod off. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And the only thing that we can think of is, at one point, one of the members of my team, because this is basically how it went. We were going. A couple of us went for a coffee break, and then when we came back, another two of us went on a coffee break. So it wasn't the same people, it was two different people. They just come back from a meeting, and one of them was going through a little bit of a rough patch and asked one of them to go for a coffee break, and the other person was like, yeah, of course. And they were out for a little bit longer, but they also had some work to do, which was the main reason that they'd met up. And so what they did was they had this rant, coffee and catch up session all in one go, and it meant that they were out for about an hour in total. But like I said, they got some work done. Yeah, so a work meeting, exactly, because I have catch-ups with my head and deputy head for one particular department, and they actually take us for coffee, and that's an hour. Every single time they go, right, come on, well, not every single time, but about 9 times out of 10, if the dog's not in the office, they'll take us for coffee. So yeah, it was a work meeting, it was a mental health thing, and as soon as they came back, coffee breaks was added onto our next team catch-up agenda. So they were like, okay, well, that's clearly about us then. And yeah, that's when they said, we're not actually paid for coffee breaks. You know, you need to be aware of this whenever you go. And yeah, one of the colleagues reported it to their line manager, and their line managers went, just continue what you're doing. Like, forget about it, just continue what you're doing. And then they never brought it up again. And then, like I said, I very loudly and very repeatedly said, until I have my head of department physically tell me that the quality of my work is dipping because of the amount of coffee breaks that I am taking, I am not changing anything. I was like, because in the next breath, they were saying that, oh, whatever. Oh, you thought I was saying that my head of department was saying that my work quality of work was dipping because of coffee break. You didn't hear me, did you? Probably. No. I knew what you thought I'd said the moment it came through. I was about to use somebody. No, they are always incredibly grateful for the work that we do. But yeah, I was like, until that happens, I'm not doing anything. And then like the next day or the day after, they were like, everybody needs to look after their mental health. Everybody needs to consider their mental health. And part of that is taking regular breaks away from the computer. And I was like, oh, so coffee breaks then. Their faces were a picture. And I was like, no, I'm calling you out on this one. I'm absolutely calling you out on this one. You cannot one day tell us that, you know, that we're not paid for coffee breaks, and then in the next breath tell us that we need to be taking regular breaks away from our screens. Like, which is it? Make up your mind. It's either that or it's not. You either want us so stressed out that we phone in sick constantly. Do you know what? Yeah. I think, actually, do you know what? I think that's probably something that I'm going to say next time. Is that, look, we all have our own addiction. Some people's is smoking. Mine is coffee. Because, yeah, nobody would actually question it if it was a smoky break. I nearly called it the F word then, and I am proud of myself for not calling it that, because that would have gone down well. Ooh, that. And that's a completely different kind of break, that one. Yeah, literally. I feel that, and I did accidentally say it before, and I was like, I need to explain. I was like, I don't mean gay people. I mean a cigarette. This is a British thing. We don't mean anything offensive about it. You have to admit. You have to realise that we create words the same way that Australia's hilarious anyway, but Australia uses the C word like it is going out of fashion. And I was like, and we have to sit here and listen to you say aluminum, and we're not allowed to get offended. So therefore, we can call cigarettes the F word, and then not. Yeah, do you know what? I've never actually had it. I've had haggis, which I think is kind of along similar lines. And spell colour wrong. Exactly. Although depending on the words and depending on how lazy I am, sometimes I agree with the Americans for their spellings of things. Like, sometimes I'm like, yeah, do you know what? That's fair. That is actually fair thing. Like, it is insane that we don't spell it in this way. That's just us being douches. But not all the time. You don't get a complete free pass Americans. You don't get a complete free pass. I do get it for colour though. because for colour, like for me, like when you're trying to teach kids spell phonics and stuff, they'd say colour or colour, because technically that's how the phonetic is. Fine, it is what it is. Don't get me started on Z's instead of S's. I know the amount of times I have to sit there and Google. I'm like, because I forget sometimes that that's where it comes from, and because my word at work is locked onto the American spelling of stuff, it's kind of like, yeah, this is spelt wrong, and I'm like, no, I'm sure it isn't. I'm sure it's this, and then I Google it, and it's like Z's, and I'm like, is this one of those things where it's an American spell it with a Z and we spell it with an S? I'm like, is that what this is? And I Google it, I'm like, yeah, I am. And I'm like, realise by now, computer, where you are based. You are not based in America. You have never been to America. You weren't even built in America. Get out of America's time zone. Not time zone. Spelling things. I was typing an essay and I kept everything S. Yeah, I know, I've had to do it. The amount of times I have to do it. And the problem is my computer re-defaults to it being the American version. So, I'm like, ugh. The amount of times I've just put add to dictionary, add to dictionary, add to dictionary, add to dictionary. I'm like, you will learn. Got even wrapped on it. Really? See, I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's right. Because you're spelling it a different... You're not spelling it incorrectly, you're spelling it a different way. So therefore, that should be different. You're spelling it a British way, not an American way. That doesn't mean that that's incorrect. I think it is different. Not all the time, but sometimes they have, like, it's like the whole thing with Philosopher's Stone and Sorcerer's Stone. Like, sometimes they do... I can't think what that film was. But I do know that there was a film where they changed the ending for an American... Is it Private Prejudice? I don't think it was definitely. What was the American version then? Did you Google it? God bless Google. We love you, Google! Keeping us barely alive and finding out random bits of information. I'm sure there was another one as well. I mean, like, because we were talking about this. We were talking about this the other day when we were on about like the differences sometimes between Japanese and English dubs, and we were saying that that Final Fantasy VII is completely different in the Japanese version than it is to the English version, because when we tended to watch it in the English version, and we were like, there's so much like random stuff that just doesn't make sense, and we don't really get it. And then one day we were just like, okay, well, let's watch it in Japanese, and we'll watch it subbed. And we were like, oh my god, there's so much stuff that it missed out that now makes so much more sense. It was like whole freaking plot lines, and we were like, huh. Oh, hang on. I'm catching up with chat. don't see. Yes, because I've seen a British TikToker talk about how you guys got an ending where you don't see Mr. Darcy and Elizabeth get together. Old School Dodge was so weird. Hey guys, look. Let me have a look. Oh gosh, alright. Let's have a look. That's different. See, this is a different one. This isn't where... Interesting. Oh, that was it. I know which one you might be thinking of. The Descent. Now, the Descent that I knew, the Descent one is the one that I knew was like the most drastically changed one. So, spoilers if you've not seen the Descent. I've not seen it myself, but there we go. So towards the end of the Descent, it looks like she's gotten out of the hole that she gets trapped in with all of her friends, which have all got the monsters in. And the ending of the I think it's the American one. No, it wasn't. In the British one, it's where she just gets out and then that's it, it fades to black. In the American version is where she's in the car, she's kind of like, oh my god, thank goodness I got out. She turns, and as she turns, her friend that she left to die kind of like pops out at her and is sat next to her in the car, and then she wakes up and it turns out she's still in the cave. She hasn't gotten out at all. So that is the biggest one that I know of recently that has been like a really, really humongous, drastic change from one version to the other. So I don't know whether that's the one that you were thinking of. I did hear a thing about that, about the fact that they were really, really quite different. The bass. You know I'm all about that bass. I cleaned it. I'm all about that bass. About that bass. I cleaned it. Although to be fair, you might not be talking about that because you don't like horror films. that and Pride and Prejudice because my mum was blown over. Yeah, that is really weird. I can't think of any kind of version that I've seen that doesn't have Darcy and Elizabeth get together. Can anyone see? Because these Christmas lights are individual. Yeah. Just as I was asking if anyone can see which one's flickering and shouldn't be flickering. Alright, decoration machine, but oh Jesus Christ. This thing is huge! You got it. You got it. Always when I ask. Always when I'm like, I don't know where to find this fucking thing, and it goes, Repeat the Griffin laugh for you. That's what she said. Woo! Oh god, the employee door handle. So yeah, there was an outline in the most brutal way possible of a little elf here, just covered in what we now learn is ice cream. it did not look like ice cream. I think this is definitely either the biggest or one of the biggest maps. Because like I said, I think this will have taken me coming up about 2 hours to do. Fireplace candles. Oh, I do know where they are. Get out! Oh my lord. Nobody on earth, nobody on earth, and I guess if I want the. But yeah, so I did hear about that one because everyone was like, "What the hell? That second ending was so much more interesting." The one where it turns out she hasn't gotten out at all. She's still stuck in there, and it's just a hallucination. Well, that's a lot more interesting. Why did you go with that one? I do sometimes feel sorry for Americans because they are automatically just presumed to be stupid. Like, case in point, the whole thing with the Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone thing. They were like, Americans won't know what a philosopher is, so call it a sorcerer. And they were like, no, we know what a philosopher is. Like, philosopher is not an English only word. You know, other people are like, you will not understand it. You need us to make it go dum-dum for you. They were like, no, we'll be... No. I did feel a little bit sorry for them with that. Because I was like, that's not fair. Like, you can't just naturally... Fireplace gonk? Pretty sure you can't call it that. Fireplace ribbons. Okay, well at least you highlight which ones aren't actually clean, otherwise this would take me all. Thank God. Christmas presents, they be cleanies. Thank goodness, cause I'd be there for fucking hours. Who has giant bubbles sitting on their... That legitimately terrified me. I was like, what the frick is that coming from? I genuinely thought it was something on the on the game. Then I was like, I'm scared. Sleigh bells ring. I got the. Unfortunately, I probably won't be able to share it. Oh, that's bopping. Not gonna lie, I kind of want that on my teams. You're gonna call, you will ignore. Ignore this call because you will prefer to hear the music pop. Because I don't want to speak to anybody at all. It can wait till 2024. Absolutely. I would 100% do that. I hate answering. I mean, I'm a stereotypical frickin' millennial. I would never answer you. Like, you have to understand that. I would never answer, but know that I'm bopping to it. Yeah, the one thing I hate the most is ad hoc calls from people. Like, the amount of times that I've had this conversation with my friend, where I've just been like, I hate getting ad hoc calls. I was like, because it's like, if it's my head of department, I'm like, it's fine. I don't, obviously, I don't mind answering calls from my head of department because he's my head of department. I kind of need to answer to, I kind of need to answer to him. I don't think he'd appreciate it. I'm like, yeah, but my dude, I really don't want to. I don't think he would appreciate. I mean, he probably would. He'd find that hilarious for about 3 seconds and then be like, yeah, but seriously, you need to answer calls from me. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair. So yeah, 100%, you'd love it for about 5 minutes. And then I've got to get work done. So if it's him or my deputy head, I don't mind. I do not mind answering calls to them. But when it's other people that think they have a right to just phone you whenever the hell they feel like it, that's when I start having a problem. Because I'm like, no, I don't work for you. I am not a departmental allocated person. I am allocated to my head of department. My head of department is not calling me, so get lost, basically. And it's like, you just drop everything. Oh my god, don't. After that whole thing with, I find walking a card from one building to the next stressful. My main dude, we are currently in a financial crisis. If you cannot, for the life of you, just not for 5 minutes. I was like, if that's the only thing you've got to be stressed about, it's the word stress. I think that's what it is. It's not the fact that it's like, it's a bit too time consuming. I've got other stuff to be doing. I'm a little concerned about whether I'd be able to get it back to you. You know, could we have it, even if it was, do you mind if we don't have it in your building? Do you mind if we have it somewhere in our building? Because then I don't have to worry so much about ensuring it's returned in time. I'd be like, do you know what? That's a fair point. That's a fair cop. I can see why. But it's like a 5-minute walk and he was a douche about it. I find it stressful getting I find it stressful getting the card from one building to 5 minutes to a 5-minute location. If 5 minutes, it wouldn't be 5 minutes at all. It would be 5 minutes if you bumped into somebody and have a chat. That's when it would be 5 minutes. But yeah, I get frustrated when people ad hoc call me, because to me it's like oh well, you're not doing anything. Like, you're not doing anything important. So you stop what you're doing and you answer me, and it's like, no. And the vast majority of the time, it is not anything important. It's not anything big. It's not anything like that's like panic stations. It's just, oh, I've got this thing in like 6 months. How do I do this? Or, hey, I've had a thought. Like, do I need to do this? No. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's it. How about no? And I'm like, really? That's the big thing that you couldn't like wait, I had to answer now. It's, could you put a meeting in the diary for like 7 months from now? Yeah, I can, but you could have put that on an email. Like, you did not need to phone me for that. You? I'm like, You are testing every bit of my patience. Yes, you do. Yes, you are. Oh, literally, if I could get away with genuinely sending memes as responses to people, I would 100% do it. Because the memes that I would send, I was like, same as if I'm like needing to remind people yet again to do something for me, I could just send them the thing of like the Samuel Jackson staring meme, and just send them that, and be like, have you done it yet? Do it. Do it. Or like you say there, how about now? Well, this has taken me 2 hours to do. Jesus Christ. God, this is genuinely the biggest map, isn't it? Look at me go. It is huge. French Bob, or Fat Bob, as he's accidentally known. Sorry. Oh my lord. What has gone on with that? That is interesting. Why are you doing that? Okay, I'm not quite sure why that's decided to do that. 1 second, let me try seeing if I've like kicked anything or seizure warning, right? Jesus. Right. Why is it doing that? Ordinarily, it's a case of once I unplug it and replug it back in. Right, if I put this back on now. Right. Options. Are you behaving? That is so weird. I didn't even get to read what it frickin' said. Oh. What? Right, I'm gonna leave the screen off. I'm gonna leave it off. I'm gonna leave it off because yeah, I can't have that off if it's gonna. I think this might be a game thing. This must be a game thing. There must be something about that. Let me just. Oh, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna leave it off. I'll read it. So it says, thanks to you, Christmas is saved. All the machines are back up and running, and every present has been made, wrapped, and packed tightly in Santa's sack of infinity, ready for delivery. Unsurprisingly, Ivor's new invention was a flat no from Santa. Whilst it saved us on this occasion, Santa reasoned that the occasion itself was quite niche, and that a spraying machine that covers any surface in a delicious coating of ice cream might not be what the grown-ups of this world need right now. Oh well, back to the drawing board for Ivor, but at least we'll get to have some fun. We'll all get to have fun at our Christmas party. P.S. Santa says you shot straight to the top of the good list. Yay! Yay! Okay, can I... If I put this on... No, you're still not doing it. It's really weird. What about now? Looking at you, game. Okay, so that is just it. It's just that one. But I don't think the graphics changed it. No, that's really weird because you would think it would do it here and not just there. There's something about that particular screen. It can't seem to cope with the graphics card. That's really weird. Okay, anyway. I'm going to finish up there because I've already been streaming for about way over half an hour longer than I should have been, but I wanted to get it done. I will be back tomorrow. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to be playing yet. I will decide a bit closer to the time, so I'm just going to quit life. I'm just going to quit life. I'm not. I'm not gonna quit life. Don't worry. It's not got that bad. It's not got that bad. We're too close to Christmas for me to be quitting life right now. Apologies as well for anybody that does suffer from any sort of epilepsy. That was not my intention, obviously. Not close enough for me. I am gonna. Should we go? Should we go give somebody a raidy raid? Who should we go raid? Who's online? Ah, Cerulli Cat's playing golf with your friends. Let's go. Let's go raid Cerulli Cat. Because I freaking A, I love Cerulli Cat, and B, I love golf with your friends. It's hilarious. So yeah, I will be back tomorrow. No idea what I'm going to be playing, but I will be back. So it will be a surprise for us all. Thank you so much for the biddies, lovely, sorry girl. Thank you very much for chatting. What time? So same time as usual. 9 o'clock my time. Don't ask me to convert it to your time because you're weird and have half an hour's in there. Lovage, you're better at time zones than me. So yes, I will be back tomorrow, 5:30. 3.5. Yeah, that sounds about right. You say that, but you very, very instantly and very, very quickly got that. So that one's on you. You didn't want to be known as that. You shouldn't have got it. You shouldn't have nailed it. Anyway. Back let me start the raid. I'm gonna start the raid. There we go. Because I always do this. Back tomorrow. No idea what I'm gonna play. Thank you for lurking, chatting, biddies. Love and appreciate all of you. And see you tomorrow. I totally did call you out to do it, and I appreciate you. Love you.